Swiggity swaggity swood, what's good in the hood? It's your boy Trevenant Forest here, and today I am here for week 3 of the NPL. Yes, and this will be definitely our hardest matchup to date. I will be facing Zero, Emblem Zero as you might know him, and the Tampa Bay Rayquazas, and his squad is powerful, it's bulky, it's scary, and I gotta prepare for it. This will be the most important matchup I've to date so far, because he is 3rd place in the league right now. I am 1st place in the league. This is a power matchup, and whoever wins will be very well off in their division. He's not in my division, but still, whoever wins will still be very well in their division because they will have a very key win under their belt. So, looking at his team, I already have the team built, but I will go over the team I have built. He's got Lucario, Clefable, Landers T, Tornadus Eye, Ferrothorn, Mega Garchomp, Diancie, Crawdaunt, Victini, Weavile, and Tentacle. Now he has a mix of fast Mons, he has priority on, he's got a ton of priority. He's got Weavile with priority, Crawdaunt with priority, and the Lucario that has all sorts of priority, and he's even got like priority taunt or priority any non-attack move he wants, so that is also a little scary. But the thing is about his team, now if you look at my team, I'm just gonna make the change. That's a Starmie right there, but I actually do not have Starmie anymore. I actually traded for it for Nidoking this past week. Now you may be thinking that Trev, that's just absolutely retarded play. That's your only form of hazard removal, and I would agree with you, but the thing is, I do have 3 Wishers in Alomomola, Umbreon, and Aromatisse, and I think even Slurpuff gets Wish. I'm not sure, I'll have to check on that, but it doesn't matter because it's not really a Wisher. And I also have Alomomola, which can heal and Wish, although Lunar Dance Cresselia is probably the better one if I want to sacrifice something for, health on another Pokemon. But yeah, so Nidoking, the main reason I got Nidoking, while it's very good for my team, it gives me electric immunity, it has priority, which my team is really lacking because the only priority I have on my team is Bullet Punch from Machamp, and that's not even Stab. So it will give me Sucker Punch, which is really nice. It also gives me the option of hitting really hard without even having to set up, because Charizard can hit hard without having to set up, but Charizard's always going to have some form of setting up, or it's going to be defensive. Like, there's no Charizard that's just all-out attack and offensive Charizard next. It's going to either be defensive or it's going to be set up with Swords Dance / DD, maybe both, if you're crazy enough. So that is what I am thinking. So the first Mon I put on my team, here, let me just go back to Zero's. Yeah, there. First Mon I put on my team was indeed the Nidoking, the Azumarill 2.0. Now, I didn't really see any reason to run Timid at all. Like, the only reason I would maybe run Timid would be to outspeed the possible plus nature, or the possible Mega Garchomp, because usually Mega Garchomp does not run a plus speed nature. But I'm not really concerned with that because I have, if it's fully physical, I do have Alomomola to switch into it, and if it's like mixed, Cresselia can switch into it fairly well. And yeah, so Nidoking can actually OHKO everything on his team as long. Here, I'll go through the list. Alright, let me bring back up the list. Oh, it's black screen. Lucario dies to Earth Power. Clefable, unless it's specially defensive, dies to Sludge Wave, and even then it has like a 6% chance to kill. And if he's unaware, then he'll take Rocks damage as well, because he might run unaware, because he said, I don't know why he doesn't think of Nidoking as a threat, but he said that the only thing he was scared on my team was Charizard. So it would be very possible that he would run unaware to not be affected by the Dragon Dances / Short Stance. But the Charizard spread I'm running actually has enough. We'll get to it when I get to it. That's the second thing I put on my team. But Landorus T dies to Ice Beam. Tornadus I dies to Ice Beam. Even specially defensive Ferrothorn barely gets guaranteed O-Code. It does like a 101% minimum, but it does indeed get O-Code. Garchomp dies to Ice Beam. Diancie, unless it's special, if it's specially defensive, it can live Earth Power, but if it's not specially defensive, it dies. Crawdon, unless it's Assault Vest, even Assault Vest Crawdon might die, I'm not sure. Although that's terrible set to run. If he's Focus Sash, then then he could live, but it just dies. Victini, I'm almost sure dies to Modest Earth Power. I don't think I ran a calc on that because it was Stab Earth Power coming off Modest Life Orb Sheer Force. Actually, I think I did run a calc and it died, unless it's Assault Vest Victini, which is actually a good set for Victini, so you might run that. Weavile dies to Flamethrower. Tentacruel, I think specially defensive Tentacruel can live, but if it can, I don't think it's living it as well as Clefable does. Like, I think it does more than 86 to 101, because that's what it does, especially defensive Clefable. That's what Sludge Wave does. Earth Power to Tentacruel, I think, does about the same, if not more. So that is why I brought Nidoking. I really think him thinking of Nidoking as not a threat is going to be his downfall if he does lose. If I am able to pick up the win, that would be his downfall. Is not thinking Charizard X is my only threat to his team, which it is. So we'll get into my Charizard X next, which is indeed has the Charizard X, of course. I'm running a unique spread. The 80 speed is to ensure that I can outspeed Weavile, which is his fastest non-scarf thing on his team, with just +1. It hits 383, I hit 384. I outspeed it by 1 point at +1, and I can just Flare Blitz. I'm running bulky, pretty much a bulky set, because I feel like I don't need all the speed, and I was going to run Adamant anyway. I just feel like bulky is better with Roost, because I don't really need Earthquake except for Diancie, but if I can, he doesn't really, he's really just trying to get rid of Diancie. He can't wait till week 8, I think. After week 8, it's free agency. He can't wait to dump it for something, some other mon. So even if he does bring it, because he's scared of Charizard X, I can really deal with it. I mean, if it starts getting weakened and I get up a few Dragon Dances, then if it gets below 30%, it's gonna die, and I have mons to deal with, like Machamp and Nidoking. But yeah, so I'm running so just max attack Adamant, then I have the 80 speed, of course, and then the rest in the HP to make me bulky. Also Stealth Rocks, it gives me an odd HP number, which is nice. Next, since Cresselia pretty much can wall his team, I have Cresselia. It's kind of a weird moveset and spread all around. It has like what looks like an offensive moveset with Moonlight and then 3 attacks, but I really have Hidden Power Fighting because it can KO, not KO, 2-hit KO Weavile. Ice Beam can 2-hit KO both Landorus and Garchomp. Psyshock, I believe. What do I have Psyshock for? Oh, I have Psyshock for the Tentacruel. I believe, unless it's physically defensive, it gets 2-hit KO'd. HP Fighting, if it's specially defensive, Ferrothorn probably can't even 4-hit KO, but I really just have it for the Weavile, to punish Weavile if it wants to stay in. So yeah, it's really just for Garchomp, not Crawdon, although HP Fighting probably 2-hit KOs Crawdon as well, just because it's really frail. It might not, but it probably does, I would assume. It's really just to punish Tentacruel, Weavile. What else did I say? Oh, Mega Garchomp and Landorus. That's really what it's for. Also can switch into anything. This spread allows me to not only survive a +2 crunch from a +2 crunch from Lucario, Life Orb Crunch, but also allows me to survive a +2 Dark Pulse if he did indeed go special, which he might, because I do have Alamomola as a threat. So that is why I brought Crest. It's bulky. It's so far it's been my MVP for the team. Not only in differential because it picked up 5 kills last week, but just it switches into everything. So yeah, funny thing is this isn't even like that unique of a spread. It's actually I actually clicked on the RU spread for Cresselia in the damage calc, and I was like, wow, this actually does really good. So don't peg me as a genius. it was just damage calc to help me out. Next we have the same set I brought against Danza last week, just Impish, Max Defense, Alamomola, knockoff, which protects Scald. Not having Toxic might hurt me. I originally had Waterfall, and I originally had Toxic as well after that, but I was like, I need Scald because I cannot let the Lucario just set up on me. Because if he's special, he probably might just go straight away for the attack, and if he's physical, then I can burn it, which would be nice. So that's why I brought Alamola. It eats up, if he's physical, fully physical, make a Garchomp, which I don't think he would bring. I think he needs to bring special. It eats up anything. Like, it doesn't eat, since I have leftovers and protect, Adamant Max Attack Earthquake from Mega Garchomp doesn't even 4-hit KO, which is, it's disgusting, it really is. So that's why I've amply named it Physical Blissey. And with the Regenerator and the Wish, I don't have to worry about not having hazard removal. I can just wish up to everything on my team. So that is always a nice option. Next we have Reggie Steal Your Girl. It's not the double status that I ran. I think I ran double status last week. This week I'm running Earthquake for that said Lucario. Also Earthquake hits Victini if he wants to try switching in. Like he thinks it's a free switching. I have Iron Head for the Diancie, and Clefable. Earthquake also hits Tentacruel as well, so that's nice. So just standard specially defensive. I'm pretty sure I can live any special hit on his team, even like Overheat from Victini, Fire Blast from Garchomp. I'm pretty sure I can even live like Earthquakes from Landokeen, Earthquakes from Garchomp as well. Also, I'm pretty sure I can live maybe even a +2 Life Orb Aura Sphere. I definitely can survive a neutral Aura Sphere from it if it's not set up. Oops, wrong button. And finally, we have my bro Machamp, who's also been with us this whole time. I've literally just brought Charizard, Crest, Alamomola, and Machamp every week. With I don't think I brought Registeel in the first week. The first week I brought. The last 2 weeks I brought. No, I didn't bring Starmie the first week. What did I bring the first week? I brought something. Let me check. Here, I'll pause. Enjoy it. I figured out. I brought the Tornado to keep, which I traded after week 1. So that's why I brought week 1. But ever since then, this is basically just switch out Starmie with Nidoking. At least Mon-wise, it's the same team, but just with different movesets. So next we have, finally getting back on topic, we have my boy Machampion. This time I'm not running a Banded or a Life Orb set. I am actually just running a more defensive set. Not really defensive, just a bulkier set. It's just going to be the Assault Vest set. Enough speed to outspeed Clefable with 8 in speed. Enough HP to where I can actually live 2 Moon Blasts from full health and Poison Jab just to hit back, so I'll outspeed it and I can take hits from it, so that is always nice. Bullet Punch for priority and for that damn Diancie, which gets, I mean, it's really his only thing of switching into a Charizard is, no, wrong button again, sorry guys. His only thing to switch into a Flare Blitz on his entire team is Garchomp can kind of, but it can't do anything. It can't take a Dragon Claw as well. But yeah, his only thing to switch into Flare Blitz on his entire team are Tentacruel, Mega Garchomp, Victini, and no, that's it, Diancie, Mega Garchomp, and Tentacruel, and even those can't take Dragon Claws. So really the only thing, I mean, his best overall, like, something that can take both is probably Victini, because I'm not running Earthquake, I'm running the Roost because I'm bulkier set, but I still outspeed at +1 unless he's scarfed, and Victini can't really do anything to me, so I'm not really afraid of that. If he's banded, if he's scarfed Victini, Alamomola just eats up hits. Like, it doesn't even get 2-hit KO'd even by Adamant. Scarf, I'm more scared. I'm a little scared of banded because that can easily 2-hit KO with the Bolt Strike. But if he goes for Bolt Strike, I could probably just switch in Nidoking or Crest. If he goes for V-Create, that's not a 2-hit KO on Alamomola unless I do have some prior damage. Like, if I believe it might be a 2-hit KO if I get down to like 60-ish%, then it can 2-hit KO, but otherwise I'm not really afraid. So yeah, that's my overview of his team, and so next will be, I mean, it'll just be the battle, so I will see you guys there. And here is the battle. So I was expecting him to bring definitely the Clefable, the Victini, the Landorus T, and probably even the Crawdon. I was not, the Ferrothorn definitely caught me by surprise. The Lucario had priority, so I could see why he brought it, but it's still maybe a little bit surprising. But yeah, so there's my team that I mentioned in the preview, and why don't we get right into it? Alright, so I lead off with Nidoking as he leads off with Victini. Now, let me just go ahead and pause it there. Now, okay, so I know he is afraid of Charizard X. He knows he's afraid of Charizard X. So, like, what I should have been thinking is he likes bulky Victini. He ran physically defensive Victini last week. So I should have been expecting at least somewhat of a bulky Victini. And if I had just, like, thought about it, I would have just gone for Earth Power there, because right there, sorry about that, guys, stupid fun. Alright, so if I just thought about it, I would have just gone for Earth Power, because Modest Life Orb Earth Power from Nidoking actually KOs Victini if it's max HP, and I don't think he would run any special defense, because he would either run just bulky with max HP, or he'd run physically defensive. So I go into Alamomola here as he sets up the sub, and I'm just like, oh shit, this is bad. So I go for Protect the Scout, what he's gonna go for, and he is indeed the special Victini. Still, at this point, I didn't know. I thought he was maybe timid max speed, so I didn't know if he was modest or timid. Well, I thought he was timid, but I didn't know that if he was bulky or fast Victini at this point, just because I didn't have anything that would normally outspeed it or not. So right here, I'm just gonna go for the Psyshock. Luckily, he switches out, because that Psyshock wouldn't have done anything. Here, I go into my Nidoking and on his Clefable, and he predicts this very nicely. Here, Nidoking is my win condition, and I let it take a huge amount of damage, which is not the best play, but I really wanted to kill this Lucario or bring it down to its Sash. Luckily right here he does not set up the nasty plot, he just goes for the Flash Cannon, so that is nice. And here he does not flinch me with Dark Pulse, which is very good, because that would have really sucked. I could have Moonlighted on the next turn as long as he didn't get another flinch, but it's just nice not to have to worry about that. Here he goes into the Ferrothorn. I'm predicting him just get up his rocks, but he actually doubles into Victini. And right here, I don't want him 7-up a sub, so I just go straight for the Dragon Claw. And based off this damage, I am adamant, even at -1, this does not do that much, it only does 30%. I know that this is indeed physically defensive Landorus, which means it cannot outspeed Nidoking. So first I go into Alamomola to bait the Earthquake, because I don't want to go right into Nidoking and just let it die. So here, he told me he was thinking about going for Earthquake again, but it was just too risky because I could have burned it or knocked off its item. And right here, he's just gonna he doesn't really have anything to switch into Nidoking, and he's just gonna let it die to Ice Beam. Right here, I'm kind of afraid of him setting up Dragon Dance / Short Stance, but I decided to take the risk. He just goes for the Aqua Jet, and he reveals his Life Orb, which does a hell of a lot, even with just a neutral Aqua Jet. And right here, I'm free to go for the close combat. I thought about clicking Knockoff if he went into Victini, but in the end, it was just better just to go for a close combat. And I'll just go for Knockoff here. I wish I would have predicted the Clefable, but I didn't want the Ferrothorn staying alive longer than it had to. Here I go for the Poison Jab. Now right here, I should have gone into Nidoking. If I'd gone into Nidoking, I would have been able to keep Machamp alive, and I would have had priority and knockoff ability later, plus Death Fodder, more Death Fodder. But he's just going to finish me off with the Moonblast. I do get off a lot with the Poison Jab. Now here, I really should have gone into, not Nidoking, but I should have gone into Regishield to set up my rocks, but I do not make that play. I just go for the Earth Power, and that's easily going to take out the Ferrothorn. So now I'm up 5-3, and right here, I thought he would go for a Sword Stance or the Dragon Dance, so I stay in, and I let Nidoking die, which isn't a huge deal, but it ends up mattering. If I could have kept it around, it would have been really nice to have, but because I let it die, it just, you'll see soon. So I go into Charizard, and I'm able to eat up Aqua Jet. I debated going for Roost because I knew I could take an Aqua Jet, but I didn't want him going for Crab Hammer because that probably would have killed me. But here, what I should have done is, since I'm bulky Charizard with like the 176 in HP, I think 176, yeah. Moonblast only does like 31 to 39%, so I could have Roost stalled him and set up DDs. But he did reveal he was unaware, but still, Adamant Flare Blitz still 2 it KOs physically defensive Clefable, so that's what I should have done. Right here, this is where I figure out he's bulky Victini because I outspeed him. And it definitely wasn't a speed tie because unless he for some reason ran 80 speed out of nowhere, I don't know why he would do that. Now here, this is the biggest misplay of the game. Not right here. As he sets up a sub, I go for Earthquake. This very next turn, I'm gonna pause it. This very next turn, I have two options. I can go for Earthquake and probably take him. I thought it would take him out. Or I go for the T-Wave, as he probably wouldn't go for another sub, and then pretty much cripple this Victini and give him no chance of winning, because then I could outspeed with Alomomola and just, first I could get off another Earthquake with a Registeel, and then I could outspeed with Alomomola and just hit it up with a knockoff. But I do indeed go for the Earthquake. If I'd gone for a T-Wave, I would have won just straight out, like right here I would have won, because Alomomola would outspeed this Victini now. He goes for a Blue Flare, luckily does not get the burn. Earthquake actually does about 30%, but unfortunately it's not enough. He lives with 8%. Here I'm really hoping for a Blue Flare miss, because even with Victory Star it's still 93%. Unfortunately, he does not miss the Blue Flare. He's able to KO Registeel. And right here, I'm in panic because because of my moveset on Cresselia, I really have no way of hit this Victini. So, first of all, I lived this Blue Flare with 12%, which I'm glad I did. But as you'll see here, this Side Shock I keep going for Moonlight. What I should have done here, well, I don't know. The thing is, I over-prepared for Weavile, so I had nothing to hit Victini. If I'd run Toxic or Calm Mind over HP Fighting, I would have been just fine. And here he goes for the Thunder. Side Shock DC does like 9 to 10%, and I really can't do anything versus this Victini, and he's just gonna keep going for Blue Flare. If I would have had Toxic on Crest, that would have been amazing. And here he actually has a chance with the crit blue flare. He got another crit, but I live with 1%. Do get the burn, but I did go for the moonlight. And right here, I thought I could outlast him, but I forgot that moonlight only has 8 PP instead of the 16. I thought it was like I think recover. No, recover has. I can't remember. Recover has 16 or 24. It's like one of the recover moves has like, I think Wish has like 16. So for soft whip, Wish or soft whip. So I thought I had that much PP, but Moonlight is actually only has as much PP as the synthesis. So that's really bad because now he just gets to set up subs, and I can break his sub in 3 hits, but he gets 18% back at the very least in those occasions. So basically he's losing he's losing 7% while I'm losing 12% per turn plus whatever he has to go for. So I really, at this point, I have to hope when I'm in Alamola that I have to hope that he misses Thunders. Now at this point, I thought he was physically defensive, but judging for the damage, I should have known that he was modest. So I was feeling couch and I was like, holy crap, I can live a Thunder pretty easily. So if I can just, he needs to miss one, because I could live a Thunder and a Psychic actually, which is actually really cool. But since he is indeed modest, that's not going to be the case. Later on, you see Psyshock. Right here, I think I'm down to 1 Moonlight left. No, I think I go for Moonlight here. Yeah, I think I go for Moonlight here. Here he gets... No, he doesn't get it. Okay, he gets a special defense drop on one of his Psychics. So, I couldn't have really stalled him out much longer anyway, because he got... I think it's here. He gets special defense drop here. And, unfortunately, I'm right here. I just need to break this up, because that's my only chance of winning this game. Is him having his sub broken. And I just go for the side shock, and thank God I break the sub. And that is that at least gives me a chance. But here is where I find out he's actually like max attack modest, just max HP instead of max max defense. He just goes for Thunder, and Victini comes back from 4-1 to hand me and my Atlanta Braviarys our first loss. I can't say I'm mad or upset. I'm a little upset at myself for choking some of the plays. Like the T-Wave play I should have gone for. I had Registeel that probably could have taken a +2 Life Orb knockoff, maybe not, who knows, maybe it was the best play, but yeah, I'm a little angry at myself for doing that, but it was an amazing battle, definitely battle of the year so far. It had everything. It had comebacks, it had deaths, it was close, it was just down to the wire. It had Victini almost died to that Earthquake if I was running like specially defensive, but if I was like Adamant Nature or had a little bit, like if I had, I don't know, I maybe should have put some more EVs into attack. Shogun actually recommended I run more attack, or I run offensive Registeel with the moves that I had, but I just felt especially defensive was better. But in the end, I probably still could have taken a blue flare, and the Earthquake would have killed. So, I also made that blunder when he had Clefable in and I had a free switch, and I went into Nidoking trying to, or no, I may not Nidoking. Well, I think it was Nidoking I went into, but I should have gone into Registeel instead of the Rock because he had no way, because that would break any potential stash he had on Crawdon. I don't know if he revealed I don't even know if he had shown Crawdon at that point, like sent it into battle yet, but that's just it's a lesson for me that just because I'm up 4-1 does not mean I have a guaranteed win. Next time I should always make the risky prediction, because the thing is, if he goes for sub and on my T-Wave anyway, I lose anyway. The only way I could have won if I went for Earthquake again was if he went for sub again, but that was highly unlikely because I could live one of any hit and he knew it. What I should have done is, because some of the turns I actually did calc, like, I think with the Nidoking against Lucario, I calced a Flamethrower could kill, and it would have killed if it had been for the Sash. I think I calced, like, what else did I calc? I calced something else, I can't remember at the moment. Oh, I calced if Dragon Claw would kill the Crawdon, which it did after the Life Orb, so. But I should have calculated that. I should have known Earthquake wouldn't kill. I should have known that after Charizard outsped that it was bulky, so it probably wouldn't die to an EQ, but, you know, I can't help it. It was like I said, amazing game. Congrats to Zero. This was an amazing matchup. Two powerhouse teams. Unfortunately, only one can move on to be 3-0, and it was him. But we're still 2-1. We still have that huge +10 differential. This loss doesn't really matter that much, really, because it was out of conference. It was basically a tie. I mean, a -1 differential out of conference is not bad at all. Like, -1 loss out of conference is not bad at all. So we still have a very good season going. We can still pump out some very big wins, hopefully. Next week we're going to be facing Tom and the San Jose Sharpedos. Tom is one of those coaches that came from the GBA to replace Ashley and what was the Detroit Pincers. So his team's scary. Got QMB. Kind of scared of it, but you know, I'll just prepare for it as much as I can. I can't help this game. This was the game I prepared for most ever, like going back to last season. So I'll just have to prepare it even more. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more NPL content, subscribe again, I guess. I don't know, you can't subscribe 2 times, but hopefully we'll crank out a win next week, and yeah, so see you guys later, and peace.